What is up, my veggies? My name is VeggieTales Raymond, and welcome back to another movie review. Today, we're going to be reviewing Hey Arnold, the Jungle movie. I watched it last night, and boy, did I have a lot of fun watching it. So, where do I even start with this film? It was exactly what I was hoping for. Sure, at some scenes it made me feel that I had a different feel to it than I did with the original Hey Arnold show. But I watched this with my sister, my older sister, who actually grew up watching Hey Arnold while it was still airing on TV. So she actually enjoyed it, so I know it wasn't ruined. And plus, I have watched it myself, so I know it wasn't ruined. So one of my favorite things about this movie was the story was amazing. It answered the questions we wanted answered. Arnold's parents, Arnold's feelings for Helga, and even a question that I'd forgotten long about. There was an episode back in the show with Phoebe and Gerald, kind of like developing feelings. And they kind of acknowledged that in this movie to kind of put that stuff to rest. There were some characters that I wish could have got a little more screen time than they did, like such as Rhonda barely got any screen time. Stinky barely got any screen time. Sid barely got any screen time. Arnold's grandparents could have got a little more screen time. And crap, my mind just blanked. And I liked the reveal of like why Arnold's parents have been gone for so long and why they haven't came back, and because they couldn't. And there is a twist that you can see coming, which obviously I didn't see it coming because I didn't have my critical thinking on watching this. This is just for nostalgia, pretty much. While I was watching, I didn't really look for it from a critical standpoint while I was watching. But now that I look back, there was a few things that were all cliche that we've seen before. Same is similar with the first Hey Arnold movie, but this one I believe they did a lot of good with, because one, they changed a lot of the character styles, like the way they looked, and I liked that because and I liked that they kept the characters the way they acted in the show. And most of the time, after a certain point, the movie just focuses on three kids: Arnold, Gerald, and Helga, which those three have always been like the mainish characters of the show. Because, and there's even a funny thing that Gerald says. He says, "Why can't I be the chosen one?" And I literally said this when he said that. I was like, because you're not the main character. And I literally just loved how the movie was presented, the new characters that were introduced, especially Arnold's parents, were good. And one thing I want to say about this movie, the way it ended really opened up opportunity for Nickelodeon to bring back this series. So what I see this as is the fact that the movie, they were like, let's see how the movie will do, and then if it does well, we'll maybe bring the series back. Now, that's just a prediction on my part. I have no idea if that's true or not. I don't think it's true, but it'd be awesome if it was, because Nickelodeon shouldn't make room for new stuff. But I would love them to bring back Hey Arnold, and my sister said they should bring it back. Go with these stories, and I loved it. It was great. One thing that actually really confused me was when this is supposed to take place, because they are just like graduating like the 5th grade or something like that, or the 6th or the 4th grade or whatever grade they're in. They're going into like from the 5th grade to the 6th grade. So I get the feeling this is around the same time, just like about a year after the series ended. Because they still have beepers and stuff. But with that being said, something can really confuse me because one, Rhonda had a smartphone. And she was the only one to have it, so I guess it was just supposed to be a joke about how she would handle it. I don't know if it was actually takes place in like modern day. I don't think that it's what it is. I just think that was supposed to be a joke on her because one, she makes when they're like kidnapped, and she's like, "Does this place have Wi-Fi?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to give you the password." So I feel like that's what Rhonda's main point in this movie was just to be a little bit of modern humor about us always being on our cell phones and stuff. But yeah, there are this is a beginning scene of this movie that is a dream, and I kind of figured that as soon as I saw what was going on. I was like, oh, there's no way this is an actual scene, and it kind of played out very, very weird, and it kind of made me feel not uneasy but weird. And it's just this movie. I can't lie. I walked out of this movie. Well, I walked off my couch. When the movie ended, I was left with a good feeling. This movie was really good. I wish it would have been a theatrical release because one, this would have been a good theatrical movie. But keep in mind, guys, Nickelodeon, I believe, is doing two more TV movies for their shows. I think they're doing one for Invader Zim and Rocko's Modern Life, which are two shows I never watched, but I guarantee you guys, Nickelodeon fans, are looking forward to that. And the way the day is saved is very is actually thanks to Helga. A little bit of a spoiler there, but I find that amazing how Helga has been a lot of help through this movie instead of a complete jerk. But there's a scene which you may have seen you see in the trailer, where like Helga's asking Arnold like, "What do you feel about me and everything?" But that's like kind of shoved to the side because the big adventure plot. But then you finally get recognition, and pretty much, I would say Arnold and Helga are a thing. I would say because yeah. And the movie ended pretty much the way I wanted it to. All the characters were exactly how they were in the original. So a few of them had different voice actors, I believe, but most of them, I believe, had the same, such as Gerald, Helga, Phoebe, Rhonda, Harold. I believe they all had the same voice actor. And one of the I don't remember who's the more popular character or not, but the character Eugene, he was barely in this, but most of the time he was a ball because he ate something like that where he inflated. And another character that I didn't think I'd see in this film was Olga, which is Helga's sister, which she's a character, all right. She acted differently than I remember, but then I looked back at Hey Arnold, I was like, nope, she acted this way. She acted this way. And there's a funny scene in the movie where, like, the guys that were betraying them, she points at him, like, that guy was mean to me, Daddy. And then her dad just jumps on him. Because as you guys always know, known, Helga's parents don't really care about Helga that much. It's more about Olga. But yeah, this movie was all in all probably one of my favorite movies this year, and it'll definitely go on my top 12 list for movies of 2017. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please tap the like button. Oh wait, I forgot to do my rating. I feel like this deserved a full-on 5. If not a 5, maybe a 4 3/4. Football heads, I guess. That's what I said about the last one. I'm going to say football heads again. Because, or girls with unibrows, or whatever I can say. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please tap the like button down below. Subscribe, leave me a comment, and link to my Twitter, Instagram, DeviantArt, Tumblr, Dailymotion, Twitch, and Musical.ly will all be linked down in the description below. And do not forget to hit the notification button to be notified when I upload videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!